The following Zoom session is being recorded and will appear later today on my YouTube channel, Math with Mayo. There are two different classes that may be observing this session. Therefore, when you participate in the Zoom meeting, if you do not wish for your picture or your name to be made public, please leave the video off and use an alias name. If you have questions during the meeting but do not wish to speak, email me at bmayo@ybcc.edu and I'll respond as soon as I can. All right, so I didn't get any requests through emails for students to do questions. So we're just going to open it up with questions that you have, if any. So feel free to jump in. And after I've answered whatever questions you have, I'll just give some general advice for the test and that'll be it. So anybody here have any questions from their homework?
Would
Lindsay?
you mind going over a few different triangles?
Not a problem. Are these specific questions or just talking about triangles in general? Oh, you froze and now she's gone. And we'll find out here. Just a minute. There she is. Lindsay?
Sorry, my computer froze. If you could just go over just a couple different ones. When we were doing the homework, I completely got it. And then I did the review and I didn't get it. So just a different few ways would be helpful.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay. I'm trying to find. Give me just another minute. Here we go. So are these questions in the chapter review or where? I can't hear you. You got your mic muted.
I'll give you the one that I struggled with the most on the review. Let's see.
So it's
Number 42.
Okay. 42. All right. So is that it?
Yeah.
All right. The face of the triangular concrete panel shown has an area of 8 square meters, and its base is 4 meters longer than twice its height. Find the length of the base. All right, so we have this. Okay, it doesn't want to write. Hang on. There we go. We have this triangle. That looks like that, okay? So the face, basically what we can see there, has an area of 8 square meters. Its base is 4 meters longer than twice its height. So the base is this distance here and the height is the perpendicular given it, okay? Its base is 4 meters longer than twice its height. So the base is being compared to the height. So the height is going to be our variable. Okay, the height is the center, or excuse me, the base is being compared to the height. Okay. So whatever's being compared to, that's going to be the center of the universe. That's going to be the variable for this problem. It says the base is 4 meters longer than twice the height. If the height is x, twice the height would be 2x, and 4 meters longer than that would be 2x plus 4. Okay with that? So now we know the area, the base, and the height. Well, the formula for the area of a triangle, excuse me, area is 1/2 the base times the height. So 8 equals 1/2 times the quantity 2x plus 4 times the quantity x. Now, as in an example I did yesterday, I could clear the fraction by multiplying both sides by 2, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm seeing that if I just distribute the half, because the coefficients of the numbers inside are even, it's going to reduce out anyway. So let me explain. This is going to be what? 1/2 times 2x plus 1/2 times 4. All of that times x. So 1/2 times 2x is x. 1/2 times 4 is 2. Okay. You all right so far? And then distributing x squared plus 2x. Okay. So then I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. 0 equals x squared plus 2x minus 8. Factoring, I get x plus 4 minus 2. Take each factor that contains a variable and set it equal to 0 and solve the equation. Subtract 4, x is -4, add 2, x is 2. And the question is, find the length of the base. Well, it can't be negative. So if x is 2, 2 times x would be 4 plus 4 is 8 meters. You okay with that?
So when we distribute the half, we don't do anything to the 8 at all.
No, because I'm just distributing what's there. I didn't multiply by something. Let me do this a different way. Okay, give me just a minute here. Let's say I've got 8 equals 1/2 times, and then it's 2x plus 4. Now, I just distributed the half because everything inside here had even coefficients. Another way I could do this problem, and maybe this is what you were expecting, so let me do it a different way, would be to clear the fraction. So I'll multiply both sides by 2. That will give me 16 equals 2 times 1/2 is 1. So then I've got 2x plus 4 times x, which is 16 equals 2x squared plus 4x. Subtract 16. 0 equals 2x squared plus 4x minus 16. Take out the greatest common factor and then factor it further. So then you get the same result for x, and then 2x plus 4 is going to be 8 meters. Okay with that? All right. Yeah, so again, the reason I didn't bother to clear the fraction was because I saw that here, distributing the 1/2 here, this fraction was going to reduce out with a 2 and a 4. Like if this had been a 1/3 or something, I would have cleared the fraction first. And you can always clear the fraction first anyway, which is what I did the second time through. You okay with that? All right. Any other questions that you want to look at, Lindsay?
Can we look at 43 on the same one?
You betcha. Okay, let's see here. Make it so. All right. Okay. A circus performer intends to walk up a taut cable, I believe that's just tight, shown in the illustration, to a platform at the top of a pole. How high above the ground is the platform? All right, so we've got this triangle here, okay? and this is a right angle. This is X meters. This is X plus A meters, but it says assume A is 6. And then this is X plus B, and it says assume B is 3. Okay, so for this particular problem, we're using A is 6 and B is 3. Other students might have different numbers there. All right, so we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. And the hypotenuse, the long side, is C. The other two legs are A and B. And again, it doesn't matter which leg is A and which leg is B. So using the fact that A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and substituting the values in, we get X squared plus X plus 3 squared equals X plus 6 squared. So far, so good? So X squared is X squared. X plus 3, the quantity squared, is X plus 3 times X plus 3. X plus 6, the quantity squared, is X plus 6 times X plus 6. So now we're going to FOIL X squared plus X squared plus 3X plus 3X plus 9. Equals X squared plus 6X plus 6X plus 36. Combining like terms, on the left side of the equation, we get 2x squared plus 6x plus 9. Combining like terms on the right side of the equation, x squared plus 12x plus 36. So we have a second degree equation. I'm going to shove everything over to the left side, so my leading coefficient of x squared will be positive. So I'm going to subtract x squared from both sides, subtract 12x from both sides, and subtract 36 from both sides. 2x squared minus x squared is x squared. 6x minus 12x is minus 6x. And 9 minus 36 is minus 27 equals 0. So now I have a second degree or quadratic equation in standard form, and there's no greatest common factor. It's not a perfect square, so I've got x and x. My product is negative 27 and my sum is negative 6. How about negative 9 and 3? So take each factor that contains a variable, set it equal to 0 and solve it. Going to add 9 to both sides, so x might be 9. Subtract 3 from both sides, x might be negative 3. Now, since x represents a distance or a length or a width or whatever of this triangle, it can't be a negative value. So x has to be 9. It says, how high above the ground is the platform? So that's talking about this distance, which is x. So that would be 9 meters. All right with that? Okay. Any others you want to look at in this section?
I'm good for this section.
Okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Is this the review, or was this?
Yeah, that was the review.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Anything you want to look at? Anybody? Okay, well, let me just give you some general advice of things that students have had issues with in the past. Be sure to read the directions carefully, okay? In fact, let me let me do this. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to go back and look at the screen that I was sharing a minute ago. And take a look at, let's say, problem 32. The directions say factor, okay? 33, factor, 34, 35, 36. Oh, wait, hold it. No. Oh, 33 says factor, but what does 34 say? It says solve. A mistake I've seen students make is they'll have a problem like, let's say 32 that says factor, and they'll get this answer, but then they'll take it and set it equal to 0 and create an equation out of nowhere and then solve it when they had no business doing that. It didn't say solve it. It wasn't an equation. But now let's go down here. It says solve the equation by factoring. This is an equation. You do solve this. But I've had students take a problem that was factoring and solve it, take a problem that was solving and just factor it and then stop. So be sure to follow the directions. If it just says to factor it, don't solve it. If it says to solve it, don't stop when you're factoring it, okay? The other advice pertains to applications like we've been doing. If you get a negative answer and the given situation, a negative answer doesn't apply, then don't use it. So for instance, if you're doing something like this, where you're dealing with the sides of a triangle or sides here, both of these are involving a distance, so your answer wouldn't be negative, okay? But that's just in an application problem. In just a regular problem where you're solving, here you've got a positive and a negative answer. Same with this. Here you've got 2 positive answers. So don't throw out an answer unless it's not appropriate for the given situation, okay? Anyway, that's my advice to y'all. Any other questions? All right, so again, let me tell you the rules. I'll be back today at 1:15 with an office hour. Tomorrow, there'll be no class meeting. If you show up for class, you'll probably just see a screen that says, just take your chapter 6 test. Once you open it, the time starts. You can take it today if you want. You don't have to wait till tomorrow, but you have to have it finished by Friday night at 11:59 p.m. Don't feel like you don't have to show your work on the test. So don't spend time typing it into the boxes, okay? Do your work on scratch paper, put in the answers. When you're all done with the test, if you want to see about getting partial credit for the problems you missed, send me, email me the work that you did that produced the incorrect answers. If you go back and correct that work and submit it, you're wasting your time. I'm not even going to look at it. I want to see if you had some partial things that you did correct that you can get credit for. Okay. Any questions about that? All righty. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. And